All right, so it looks like one of the bee barns down here caught a swarm. Last week it looked like it was going to, and it actually did. This is Monday. The last time we looked at it was Sunday morning. And we had some interest. We definitely had some interest, but now it looks like there were some takers. So I'm going to come down here and try to put a handful of frames in this box to get these girls on frames so that I can move them into a real hive this evening when the sun goes down. Well, when it gets dusk, when all the bees are home. There they are. I'm going to set my stuff on the ground, give them a little smoke. We're going to look inside. I'm doing this with one hand, so forgive me. And there we are. There's a ton of bees in that box. I'm going to set this down so that I can put my frames in there.
Hey bug farmers, welcome to Bug Farmer Beekeeping, where we dive into the world of apiculture, beekeeping, and bees every week. This is the place to share laughs, explore bees, and learn together, all without taking ourselves too seriously. To join our buzzing community, it's easy and it's free. Just hit the subscribe button, ring that bell, and let's cultivate beekeeping knowledge and fun together. Now, let's get into the bees.
All right, so now the girls are living on frames. They already started drawing comb and dumping honey in it. There you go. It's about a medium-sized swarm. It's not too big, but it's not too small either. But hopefully I can get them all on these frames. Then this evening, when dusk starts to happen, I can actually get them moved into a hive or a resource hive up in the main apiary. All right, fellas and fellettes, we have ourselves a situation today. I'm back at the farm now. So here, I'm gonna give you the lay of the land here, so you know exactly what I'm doing here. We are not doing splits today, unfortunately. The goal was to do splits today. Today we're not doing splits. I received a call and a text and an email from Mountain Sweet Honey. They said that the queens are running late due to the cold snap that we had, because again, it got warm, then it got cold, then it got warm again. So the queens aren't ready, and they will not be here until April 17th, April 18th, which kind of puts me in a dilemma, puts me in a pickle, because I was planning on splitting these hives and moving the queen and a couple of frames of bees to another yard to prevent swarming. Well, now it looks like that's not going to happen. And if I leave all these hives as they are from now until April 17th, they're going to swarm. I'm going to have swarms everywhere, and I won't have enough bees to move to the Honey Creek yard. So the goal today is to come out here, give them extra space where I can. I managed to hobble together 5 more deep boxes so I can kind of checkerboard some frames and move some things around for my 5 heaviest hives. And then I also brought with me 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 medium supers that are ready to start getting honey, so I can also give some of these girls some supers. So that's the goal, that's the plan. This is kind of an emergency situation. Did not intend on doing this today, did not plan on doing this today. But that doesn't mean that I don't have to get it done. I've got to get it done because I still want to get a decent honey harvest here and get some colonies established over at the Honey Creek Bee Yard without having to buy 20 packages of bees. So now my plan is to just try to make do with what I've got and make this all work and try to prevent swarms. So I'm going to do whatever it is I can. I also brought some upper entrances. Hopefully that'll help relieve congestion down in the beehive. I don't want the girls to have to trample through the brood nest to get out to get the honey. So we're going to give them some upper entrances, and maybe that'll keep them going upstairs and feel like they've got plenty of room, and let's just bring the honey in. So that's the goal, that's the plan. All right, so this should not take long. Let's have a look. I think this was a pretty stout hive. If it is, I may give it another brood box. Oh yeah, they're going to need another brood box in order to stay in this hive. Let's have a queen excluder on there. Let's lift this up, give them another brood box and an upper entrance, and then we'll take it from there. The goal is to make the queen feel at home. So let's take 5 frames out. Let's lift this up. Oh, you know what would be nice? A little bit more smoke and my sugar. I do have sugar syrup. but I didn't bring it for this hive, but we'll bring it for the next one. Okay, that can go here. This can go here. What we are going to do is just do a little checkerboarding here. Make sure we don't have the queen there. They're putting honey in there. Let's see, make sure we don't have a queen here. They're also putting honey and nectar in here. That is a full frame of brood. Make sure I don't have the queen. Last thing I want to do is move the queen upstairs. No queen there. No queen there. Okay. There we go. That is a nice empty frame that the queen can still lay in, and there's our queen. So we will make sure that we keep her down here. Throw an empty in right there. Let us, that is a nice frame that she can lay in again. We will leave that down there. There's a full frame of brood that will come upstairs. It's another full frame of brood that will come upstairs. There's another empty. There's another empty. This should give this queen the illusion. Well, actually, it's not just the illusion. It's more space. She's getting more space. And that should make things last a little bit longer here. Okay, so there's that. Let's tighten these up so we don't get the janky comb. Let's give them this. Let's give them this. Let's give them an upper entrance. Let's give them this box back, which was already full of honey. And then their lid. I feel pretty good about that hive configuration now. I think the queen will stay there at least long enough for me to be able to make a split. Oh, what fun. There we go. Let's look at this one. These girls may need a super. Maybe, maybe not. Let's see. Okay, they can probably use a super. I'll give them a super. All right, here you go. There is that. Here is a super. Right there. Give them this. These lids are falling apart. And that's okay. I've got more lids. All right, I've got a nuke here, which means this one here was pretty busy. Let's see what we have happening here. Let us see. Okay, they are not in bad shape up here at all. I think they're going to be just fine. Let's go ahead and close this one up. Okay, they're in good shape. They're upstairs drawing comb. I like it. There you go. There you go. Make me some honey. Alrighty, ladies. Let's see what it is that you need, if anything. I want you to stay here. I don't want you to leave. you have the need for a super and an upper entrance. All right, all right, all right. Here's your upper entrance. Well, you know what? Let's under super you. Give you the old under super. There we go. Beautiful. Beautiful. Oh, you need your upper entrance? Give me this. No need to go through the brood nest, ladies. You go right out there. Goodness, that's heavy. Already. So this is quite a challenge, trying to keep these girls in the box. And I've got to replace bottom boards and lids. I've got so much work to do yet. My goal was to just try to get through the spring and get my splits done first, and now that's proven to be a challenge. Let's see here. You were a split, so we know you're pretty busy. Here we go. See what we're looking at. Oh yes, lots of bees. Let's get you a super and an upper entrance. All right, let's see what we have here. Let's see what we have here. I don't think I've got any drawn comb in here. Yeah, I do. It's checkerboarded. Okay, that's good. All right. Let's give you an upper entrance. Right there. We're going to under super you. Right there. There we go. There we go. That's that. That's that. You're on there. Oh, goodness. You're getting heavy already. You're right there. All right. Now, let's hit some of the bigger hives out here. And after I hit these bigger hives, then we'll super up anybody else who needs to be supered that is a little bit smaller. Okay. All right, ladies, let's see what you have here. Hello. Now, this one was set up for a split, so I'm assuming that there's a lot of bees in there. This is double deeps. We have to make that. We may have to make them triple deep. Well, let's see. Let's see what we got here. Oh goodness. Yeah. Yeah, they're busy. They're busy. See what's happening down in the bottom. That's all brood. This is, oh, look at that. That bumblebee must have gotten in there the last time we were here, and it got whacked. What do you have here, ladies? I'm going to say that what you need is a super. Let's see. Well, that's a lot of bees in there. Okay, we're going to give them a deep as well. Hold on a second. I tell you, I wish I had more deeps. Let's put that right there. That way we don't get any crazy queen action happening here while we go through the box. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to leave any frames that she can lay on down here. And that is one of them. That's going to stay down here. Let's move it aside for right now. Can she lay on this one? That is filled with honey, but it has some room to lay. So we're going to leave that one in here. This one right here has got plenty of room to lay. So that one's going to stay down here. More, plenty of room to lay. Okay, this one may not need a deep box. This one may just need a super. We've moved all the brood upstairs during the last inspection. Okay, I'm just going to give these girls a super, and that's it. Not a big deal. All right. You're not getting a deep today, but you are going to get a super. All right. Now I know I was talking about under supering. Well, I'm not going to under super yet on some of these because some of them have brood. Like this one, the top box is loaded with brood from the last time we worked these bees. And the last thing I want are for these bees to start generating queens. We don't want queens. There we go. Okay. Why are you not spacing out weird? Don't space out weird. Don't be spacely. Sprocket. Get it? Spacely sprockets. Does that ring a bell for anybody? Spacely sprockets? Probably showing my age. This is probably the He-Man generation, not the Spacely Sprockets generation. He-Man was all right. My little brother watched He-Man. He was a He-Man fan. Masters of the Universe and all that jazz. I was not. Okay. Oh, let's move along. All right, ladies, let's see what you got in here. Sometimes beekeeping is just challenging. I prepared for one thing and then ended up having to do another. Not the way I wanted it to work out. Okay, this is a hive that is probably going to need another deep. They're up here working this comb, and it's fine. The only problem with it is that they probably have a lot of brood down in the bottom that I'm going to have to move. There we go. There you go. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to do some checkerboarding here. All right. Ooh, that did not make them happy. Now they're thinking, man, what the is that? Oh, excuse me. What the heck is that? I dropped an H-bomb. An H-E double hockey sticks, and sometimes I do. Sometimes I do. The queen can lay there. There's plenty of room right there. And the queen can lay there. The queen has laid that on both sides. So she has filled that up already. All right. That is capped. We will take it. Make sure I'm not taking the queen with me. It's already been relayed. Yes, okay. That. Oh, what is that? A little bit of jankiness there. All right. That. There's that. There's this. There's that. There's this. Here's that. Here's this. And here's that. Here is this box. There's that. There's that. Here's this. There's this. There's that. This. That. Ooh. This and that. All right, there we go. Okay, let me get you an upper entrance. I know this is mostly a working video and not a talking video. I've got a lot to do. I'm like the bandit. I've got a long way to go and a short time to get there today. There we go. There we go. Now you can get out, do your thing. You don't have to bug the queen down there. Beautiful. Hello. Coming in, coming in. Don't sting me. Don't sting me. Yeah, I had an entirely different video planned for today. That is busted. Hey, look at that. These girls are working. Let's give these girls a super. That's what they need. That's what they desire. All right, all right, all right. So let's take a quick look, very quickly down to the bottom, just to make sure we don't have any queen cells being formed. Oh goodness, that is heavy already, Freddie. Oh goodness. Hello. Hello. Just want to make sure that these girls have room to lay and they're not generating queen cells. We don't want they swarm. That is a nice frame. Okay, so I have already checkerboarded this box with empties. Well, partially drawn empties. They're finishing them. This is a nice frame of brood. Okay. Make sure we're not queen celling anywhere. What is that down there? That is just a lump of bees. Call it lumpy. Okay, what do we have here? A lot of drone brood, no queen cell. Oh, wait a second. We have a teacup forming. We're going to go ahead and give it the old whackaroo. Oh, what do we have here? The big zilch, okay. I mean, it shouldn't be too bad because it was just 3 days ago that we were here. But bees do a lot of things in 3 days. I caught, like I said, that swarm in the bee barn yesterday, and they were just there overnight. They had already had about a half a frame's worth of comb drawn inside that bee barn, which is crazy. Just crazy. Okay, they have no queen action happening here. That is good. I'm gonna go ahead and move this pretty much empty frame right in between these two pretty much full frames. Give them, again, the illusion of space. Let's put this right here. Let's put this box back. So we're going to give them an upper entrance. We're going to kill the burr comb that they're starting, because once they have an upper entrance, they'll really get crazy on the burr comb. We don't want that. It's already filled with honey. Man, that smells good. Holy moly. Goodness. The honey is so floral. Well, okay. The nectar is so floral while it's converting into honey. Just, it smells so wonderful. I just want to eat it. But no, we're not going to eat it yet. We're going to let it be a surprise on harvest day, because that's what we need to do. Okay. So there we go. There we go. All right. There we go. Beautiful. You are in good shape. I don't think you will swarm. Knock on wood. Fingers crossed, etc., etc. All right, well, there you go. The end of another adventure. Now, I'll tell you what, this was an unplanned adventure, and we did manage to get through every single hive in this bee yard with the exception of these 4. I've got to go back to the house and get more equipment before I can finish up the bee yard. But this was an unplanned adventure anyways. My goal today was to come out here and do some splits and get some bees and nukes over to the Honey Creek bee yard. And then on Friday, I wanted to install queens, but Mountain Sweet Honey, their queens aren't ready. And they said they want to make sure that I have pristine queens that are ready to lay when I get them. So I don't mind waiting for 14 days. It just kind of put me in a pickle, because now I have to make sure I can keep my bees in the box for 14 days, which is harder than it looks. I tell you what, I've already had 3 swarms at the house, and I've managed to capture all of them, so we're in good shape there. I just don't want to have any more swarms here. I know that I've had some because I've got some new queens running around some boxes, but I don't want to lose any more. Everything else needs to just stay copacetic, and everybody needs to stay where they are until the 14th, when I can do my splits and then install new queens on the 17th. So with all of that said, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, do me a favor, give me a thumbs up. If you have something to say, by all means, please comment. And if you've not subscribed to the channel, do me a favor, take a moment, hit the subscribe button Ring the bell to be notified of my new content. I do try to drop a video every Friday. We try to keep it light and have fun. So with all that said, be happy. I will see you next week. Take care.